Okay, it's just setting it up.
I got the moringa too.
Oh, awesome. I'll introduce you to the owner there too.
Sure. Great.
Okay, it's setting up. Okay, we are live. All right. I'm super, super excited to be doing this amazing Ask an Expert Friday. Everybody that's watching this, this is a real treat. We always are looking for key partnerships to add value to our small businesses, save them money, and this is just going to be an incredible call. So I wanted to first of all introduce the CEO, or Mr. Matthew Britt, and I'm going to allow him to share a little bit more about the company that he has and all of the amazing, amazing things that we can add to your small businesses to number one, help you save on energy and water. And there's so many amazing things that he's going to share. So I will let him take the stage. I'm also going to give you control so you can share screen. And I'm just going to share this into my group. So if you'd like to please introduce yourself to the community, that would be incredible. And then we'll take
Outstanding. Well, Callie, first of all, thank you so much for having me on here today. I'm very appreciative, very grateful, and look forward to adding as much value as I can to the audience. We'll share a number of things that I think are going to make a drastic impact, especially for small businesses. But a little about me first. I wanted to be a professional hockey player, so I learned very quickly in life that hard work and determination and focus and practice can really help you be successful. And being that I played team sports, it was all about having a great team of people around me. So nothing I've done in my life has come just because of me. It's because I've surrounded myself with exceptional people and worked hard to go after my dreams. And today I wasn't able to be a pro hockey player. I ended up separating my shoulders both times that my team we ended up winning a national championship, but I hurt myself a bunch of times that season. And that led me into having to switch gears. I got into the personal training world, did very well there, had a lot of success, did that for over a decade. And the whole time I was doing that, I was learning about business. And what I really found out about myself was I wanted to do things that made an impact. And it was about impact and value and solving big problems that really lit my soul on fire and gave me that purpose. And I ended up moving into the direct sales and network marketing space and focused on health and wellness there because obviously we have serious health things that are fighting against us right now. That system that we like to call the healthcare and medical system. I like to call it the sickness business. It is less about helping you and I thrive and more about ensuring we stay sick so we can be customers for life. And through that journey, I ended up making a lot of money and was not the best with the money management side. And that just really solidified my belief that I didn't need to do things for money, and that if I focused on adding value to the world, that I could get a lot of value back. And yes, sometimes it was in the form of dollar bills, but other times it was in the form of hugs and high fives and experiences and all those kind of things, which also lit me up.
right.
And as I moved through that journey with the health and wellness world, I ended up coming across the solar industry and dove hard into the solar space. Ended up running a solar company here in Canada for 3.5 years. And through that experience, I learned what was good about the solar space, what was maybe not so good about it, and some of the misconceptions around it. And
Hmm.
although I believe we're foolish if we don't collect energy from the sun at every opportunity we can,
Right.
that it wasn't the green thing that they wanted us to believe it was. Albeit, I still believe solar needs to be incorporated into homes and businesses. That there's other great solutions that exist that can also help us be more self-sufficient as well. And after doing the solar stuff here in Canada, working with the Canadian Home Builders Association, helping write the net zero guidelines for the National Research Council of Canada, which ended up bringing out all of this knowledge to the home builders. And I sat on the Net Zero Advisory Council with them, so I learned a ton about the building science and how to make a better building envelope, how to be more self-sufficient and resilient, things about passive homes, and all kinds of stuff there. 2020 decided to come along and forced us to kind of go a different direction. As the borders were shut down, a lot of the jobs that we had ended up being impacted greatly because of the dependency on the United States. and the amount of traffic and people that come over here from the US. So we lost a lot of contracts, which ended up making us decide to close the business. And then I ended up going to focus on the United States. And I ended up at a company called Power and built their install network across 23 US states. They're a large US solar firm. And I brought on over 325 solar installers into that company, helped build out their roofing division. And while doing all of that, I came across a company called Food Forest Abundance. And my original intention was to unify Food Forest Abundance with Power. But as I got to learn more about what Food Forest Abundance was up to, I realized there was a much greater opportunity here to make an impact around the world with the food systems. After the two CEOs met and they decided not to do anything together, I decided to make a pivot and dive into the food space. And from that experience over the past 4.5 years, we've now helped design and build over 1,000 permaculture food forests in 54 countries. The group that I'm working with there, we've decided to make a little bit of a pivot. We've created a company called Flourish Food Systems, where not only now are we still working with permaculture, but we're also integrating technologies that are helping people grow food at home, in home,
I love that.
on their counter. We're also helping commercial businesses do the same. But that's led us to today, where not only do I have Flourish Food Systems, but we've also created a company called the Commonstead. And the Commonstead is helping homes and businesses be self-sufficient on every level with their food, yes, but also energy efficiency, water efficiency technologies, healing, on and on. And the idea is that we can really, a home can be completely self-sufficient today. The problem is we have a belief that we are not in a world of abundance, and meanwhile, the opposite is true. All of our basic necessities are here in wild abundance. And we need to be able to educate the population about what exists because although they're looking for it, they often don't know where to start. And the Commonstead has really found a vehicle in which we can find great companies who develop incredible technologies, products, services that help people be self-sufficient on every level, and commercial businesses, not only homes, but commercial businesses. But then be able to then build a model that we can bring these things out to the market utilizing our affiliate model to share with not only home and business owners, but also find industries that can capitalize on these technologies and bring it into their offering. So today we've got a number of great technologies, especially when it comes to the energy efficiency side and water side, where we're making a drastic impact. And as this continue to grow, we'll be rolling out more and more products that continue to help across all those different verticals of food, energy, water, healing, privatization, finance, education, et cetera. So
Right.
that's led us here today. And yeah, very excited to be here and looking forward to this conversation.
So, when we first met, we totally are on the same vibe when it comes to what's happening in the world today. And, the biggest thing for me when creating partnerships like this is putting the community first. I know right
Mhm.
now, number one, people are struggling to find, good food sources that haven't been tainted. The farmers are dealing with, the skies being sprayed and all of these types of things, which is, really is not adding value to us. It's actually hurting us. And like
Yeah.
you had mentioned, being able to grow your own food at home and all of these things, it's so important for number one for people to get educated on what is available to you and how you can bring all of these things together to support your family and your health as well. Like there's so many things that people are just unaware of. Like when you were talking about, and I'm going to get you to share a little bit more about this, about, how the energy passes through to our homes and the water. Can you educate us a little bit about that? Because you had mentioned there's a bunch of oxygen in the water that's coming through the pipes and things like that.
Yeah, so there's two primary technologies that I'm focusing on right now, helping bring awareness to, especially when it comes to the commercial business. And what you're talking about there first is something called the aquaflow valve, and something that this does is actually compresses the air that's in the water. And I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this happened. About 30% of our water bill is actually made up of air. And our water meters can't tell what's air and what's water. They're just reading the volume that's passing by them. And because we've got so much of that being air, we're essentially being billed for stuff we're not actually using. And what the aquaflow valve technology does, it actually compresses that air so that when we're getting a water reading, the volume that was being read is actually just of water. And that what it does is create savings of 25 to 30% on water costs. And because water is typically billed alongside sewage, and sewage is usually a percentage of the water volume, we're actually impacting both the water and sewage bills, especially in the commercial setting. This
Wow.
is really relevant in agriculture, actually,
Yes.
at hotels and like laundry mats, car washes, things like that. We can make a really big impact on their overall operating expenses because we've now reduced the water bill by 20, 25, 30%. That's massive savings on something that they didn't even know they were spending money on, which is that air.
That is insane. Like I'm thinking of like when I'm driving through like a farming area and I see them, watering all their fields. I can't even imagine how much water that a farm goes through. So
Yeah,
if we can provide a way for them to reduce their operating costs, I mean, that's a huge value add. And I'm
yeah,
like even a hairdresser, imagine
yeah,
how much water consumption they're going through on a daily and monthly basis or yearly basis that we can help a salon even reduce the rate of the amount of water that they are
correct.
consuming. Like that's insane to
Yeah,
me.
so it'll impact their overall consumption as well, generally 6 to 9%. But the major change is just in the fact that they're now being billed for water, not for water and air.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it ends up where they don't really use a whole lot less water, but because they're being billed now for purely the water volume, it's saving them significant amounts of money.
Right. And then you also had mentioned about the energy saving. Could we talk a little bit about that as well? And if you have
Yep.
anything that you want to share, please, you've been made co-host. So if you want
Oh,
to,
okay.
you can
Yes.
speak
I'll
together.
just say another couple things on the Aquaflow valve.
Sure.
This comes with a lifetime warranty. So people can put this in and be guaranteed that this is going to work with them for the rest of their business's life. One. Two, it actually comes with a 6 month, 100% money back guarantee. Now,
Wow.
they've never taken a single one out, but that's there as a peace of mind for people. So that's really powerful. We've worked with some of the largest brands, and I can even just show you that website really quick so people can
Sure.
see
And
some of the brands that we've worked with.
anybody that's interested and that's watching this, we do have I am able to connect you directly. So please, just comment below and I'll make sure that I can get you in touch with the company to, get your bills assessed or whatever we need to do. We'll talk about that, how it all works at the end.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just share my screen so people can see the Aquaflow. So this is the Aquaflow valve here. Over 15 years of extensive research and development. Seamlessly integrates into your existing water line. Like I said, 6 month, 100% money back guarantee, lifetime warranty, 100% made in the United States, and it's fully customized for the calibration and water pressure that's operating in your specific facility. And if you look at some of these brands here, like huge, huge names that
Oh
have been
yeah.
integrating this technology already.
Oh wow, that's great.
And this technology is available globally.
Okay,
So any
that's great.
country in the world, we can integrate the Aquaflow valve into your water system. And yes, people sometimes will ask about does it affect water pressure? It can be calibrated so it actually can increase pressure or reduce pressure depending what's needed, which is very powerful.
That's wonderful. I mean, now my brain's spinning. I have like so many businesses and restaurant owners and people that are part of our farming community that I can introduce this to. I
Yeah,
mean, just being able to save a business income or business expenses. That's, we want to have partnerships like this because we want to add value to all of these businesses that are part of our community. And education is so important as well. We're
Yeah.
we're dealing with the number one guy here, you guys. This isn't, you know, dealing with a sales rep just in the field. We're dealing with the main guy. So if anybody has any questions regarding this, I'll be happy to introduce you.
So, and here is one of the other technologies that we work with, and this one is really exciting to me as well, especially coming from the energy sector. It's called the Smart Energy Optimizer. It's a 25-year-old technology. It's just a little 10 by 10 box that actually gets added onto the main panel and then actually can also be put in line with inductive loads. So things like motors, pumps, HVAC equipment, refrigeration technology, LED lighting. All of these things create something called harmonic distortion. And harmonic distortion creates unusable electricity. And look at this quote right here from the US Department of Energy. Over $16 billion of electricity is unusable energy, but still billable just in the US.
Wow, that's horrible.
And motors, by their design, are inherently inefficient when drawing power from your energy grid. So that's why you've got air conditioners, refrigeration, all these kind of technologies that are integrating energy saving technology into their systems.
Yes.
But even though these have now been built in, they're still not properly correcting all of the energy inefficiencies. So, what these smart energy optimizers do is correct that harmonic distortion, which is created one from energy as it travels, but then two, created from inductive loads operating inside of a system. And that unutilizable electricity, which you're being billed for, and if you look over here, this essentially is a description of the harmonic distortion, and that's how a normal current should flow. The optimizers will correct this harmonic distortion, reducing electricity consumption by 20 to 40%.
Wow.
Again, very substantial.
That's
And
huge.
when you look at again some of the big brands that have been integrating this, ConocoPhillips is where we actually were first deployed, tens of thousands of them with ConocoPhillips in the oil fields
Wow.
over 25 years ago. Still to this day, 93% are still in operation,
Wow.
which is massive. 6% of them that aren't are in decommissioned wells. And then less than 1% hit their end of life, which is a 20-year life expectancy. We've got 3,700 of them deployed in McDonald's. There's Dunkin' Donuts, Glow Gum. Actually, the product is in some Hampton Inn locations. It's in the AT&T Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play, Amway Arena where the Orlando Magic are. So you've got in partnership between those two, and we can actually even watch a quick demonstration video too. Can you see that video?
Yes. Yes.
Is it showing?
Yep.
And hopefully you can hear it when I press play. Can you hear it?
No.
Can't hear it?
You probably have to share sound on the actual Zoom, so you'd have to stop sharing and then click share sound, I think. That's huge. I'm thinking of my one friend right now that owns 5 tanning salons.
Oh yeah.
My brain just starts like when I see things like this, I'm like, okay, who's in our network? Who's on the list that I can, introduce this to right away? I know another gentleman that's on my Facebook has like 5 or 6 car washes. Can you imagine how
Well,
much money
car
he
washes
saves?
are fantastic. The tanning salons. One thing that's really relevant is that when you utilize better quality electricity, you actually extend the life of the equipment that is attached to that electricity.
Hmm.
And what the optimizer does is it gives it a better quality power factor. And that actually will cool the motors and the pumps and the refrigerator, I think all the things running on it, which extends the lifespan of that technology in a big way.
Wow.
I'll press play. You can see it
What
now
you see
again.
here is our
Yes.
desktop demo model.
You can hear it.
While the technology is used in all electrical grid systems, we have adapted it to live downstream of the meter, which is typically where utility companies stop. Essentially, the demo is a scaled down version of typical distribution system from meter through branch circuiting and finally to end load, in this case a quarter horsepower 5 amp AC condenser motor. We have approximately 90 feet of wire that represents a branch circuit layout with a Factor Pro 1050 installed as close to the load as possible. When the motor is turned on without the unit energized, you'll notice 174 watts being pulled by the motor. 90 feet away through our distribution layout, you could be getting charged around 220. And even farther away, when you get over to a PME style in the oil field or heavy commercial, you'll notice you'll be getting charged 234. When we energize the unit locally, we'll see a little bit of increase in wattage. However, 90 feet away, it dropped from 220 to 185. And then even farther away, where it was at 234, it's still sitting at 186.
Wow.
Not only does the system help within that, you'll also notice that 1.57 amps is being drawn by the unit. We'll change this one, 1.58. Locally, once we turn the unit off, you'll notice unit off, it goes back to the 5 amps, and even farther away, 5 amps roughly.
Wow.
With that being said, appreciate your time. Have a good day.
Wow, that's incredible. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, so this technology is 25 years old. Uh, the patent holders are who we actually work with. The patent is expired, but they're actually refiling. New patents are underway right now. But when you look at what these two things can do in combination as a one-two punch for small businesses, larger commercial operations, agribusinesses, farming, amusement parks, water parks, arenas and assembly halls, car washes, casinos, convenience stores, data centers, educational campuses, food processing, growers,
So this would
hotels and hospitals.
this would be good for people like anybody that has a mining facility for crypto too, right?
Yep, yep,
Wow. I'm
yep.
sure they go through quite a bit now.
Manufacturing, restaurants, retail complexes, resorts, ski locations and gondola operations, water treatment plants. There's just endless amounts of commercial businesses that have high inductive loads in their operations that are being billed for electricity that they're actually not even able to utilize.
Wow.
And because of that inefficiency inside of their electrical system, we're also shortening the lifespan of their equipment. So adding this in not only gives them the savings on the electricity side, it also reduces maintenance costs because you extend the operational life expectancy of the technologies connected to it.
Wow. So for anybody that's watching this, what are two key things that you would recommend? If somebody is watching this that has a commercial business that wants to, get started and wants to utilize these two systems that you have, what is the best recommendation?
Well, the number one thing is to find out what's true for you. So we analyze bills. There's no commitment from anybody to first learn about what can be done for their specific business. The way we do figure out what we can do is starting with analyzing their electricity bills. We need to see how they utilize electricity over 12 months. We also want to look at demand charges because demand charges are actually something that can be controlled drastically with this, and they can make up as high as 60% of an electricity bill. So we want to figure out all of those things. Then we like to look at the number of inductive loads that they have at their facilities and then be able to put together a plan based on those details on how many optimizers are going to be necessary for their particular location, and then figure out cost, cost to install, how fast their return on investment will be, and what overall can be done. And then ideally, they choose if or if not they want to take advantage of it.
That's
And then
great.
when it comes to the aquaflow valve, 12 months of water bills, We usually like to get a picture of the main meter so we can know the size of the main pipe coming into their facility. So that determines what size of aquaflow valve we're going to need in specific, which then we can figure out based on the size of the aquaflow valve and the number of optimizers, the total impact that can be made at their particular location.
That's incredible. I mean, my mind is just spinning right now. I'm just thinking of all the people that we can help. This is just incredible. So is there anything else that you'd like to add? I mean, obviously I can connect people directly. We do have a referral link as well. And what is the best recommendation? So if somebody wants to send their water bills in, how do we go about doing that?
Well, if they're connected directly to you, they can do that to you,
Okay.
or they can send them my way.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to share my email address with people.
Perfect. Yeah, I think
Um,
probably what we'll do for now, just until I can understand how the system works, I can just do personal introductions because these are the
yeah,
majority of the people I'm connected with are the CEOs or the owners of the businesses. So then we can just build that relationship that way. And
yep.
do you have any major success stories or any testimonials from past clients that you'd like to share? I think that's really important for them to also know like that, this is not something that's brand new. This is something that's already being utilized. So if you have any stories that you'd like to share about it.
Recently did a Hampton Inn in California. They put in four optimizers. Their purchase price for those four optimizers at that particular location, fully installed, was paid back 100% in 13 months. So they
Wow.
had a 13-month, 100% return on investment.
Awesome. Those are the type of stories that, I bet that the owners of that particular location are so grateful because, I can't
Absolutely.
even imagine. I mean, they're most of those places are running swimming pools and all those kind of things, right? So like the
Huge
cost is
amounts of
high.
electricity, huge amounts of water. This location did not even put water in. We just didn't present water to them. So had they added that side into it too, two unavoidable costs typically that only go up, right? We know the water and electricity are getting more expensive, not cheaper. And not only can we impact, if we think about a hotel, we're impacting those two things, but we're also helping them with their ESG goals, right? They're becoming more green, which is important to business today. They
Right.
want to show that they're doing things to impact positively on the environment.
Right.
And if you're able to save 30% on your water, if you're able to save 30, 40%, 25%, 20% on electricity, you are now making an impact overall in the environment. You're doing your part, so to speak.
Right. That's like walking to the grocery store instead of driving. I've been doing
Exactly.
that more lately.
Yeah.
you know but yeah, I mean, on a larger scale, especially businesses that have multiple locations as well, is there like a bundle package for if they had multiple locations, or is it per
Oh, well, we
location?
can absolutely talk about any of those things. Like I'm working on 5,700 Tim Hortons locations right now.
Wow.
They're gonna, if they'll, what typically will happen is they'll do pilot projects and then they'll roll it out at a larger scale.
Awesome.
I'm working with one of the largest private oil and gas companies in North America. They're looking at rolling it out across their whole fleet, but we're starting with 10 locations,
Awesome. Yeah, that's
right?
great. I have some people that are high level management in oil and gas in Alberta too, so I'll definitely be sending them this video.
We're talking with a $30 billion a year in revenue um, company that operates in 127 countries about integrating the optimizers into their business.
Awesome.
Right. So
Yeah.
this stuff is making an impact governmentally, working with a number of water treatment facilities and government buildings, working with a number of car washes right now, restaurants, a big steel plant. The list goes on and on. Like the value to business is tremendous. Multifamily units are another big one. If people own multifamily commercial or multifamily residential, There's big value in there. Yes, sometimes the tenants pay for all of their things. Great. You can help them individually. They could buy for themselves individually and save on their electricity costs. But you can also just work on your common areas, right? And when you lower your net operating expenses and increase your net operating income, if you ever go to sell that business or you refi that business, you can get multiples on those savings.
Right. Awesome. Well, I wanted to say, thank you so much for allowing us to participate in this amazing program that you have. I feel like this is a huge value add with what we're creating together to support all of the businesses that are part of our community and all the future ones that are going to join our community as well. And I think I'm going to also send this video to our moringa farm owner because this could also
Yeah,
add value as well. And, if anybody's watching this and wants to get connected and want to have your bills reviewed, please get a hold of me. I'm happy to work hand in hand with you to introduce you to Matthew. He's been an amazing human being so far since the day that we've met. I'm so grateful to have him part of our community. Anything that we can do to support you in any way, please let us know. And I just wanted to say thank you for your time today.
you're very welcome.
This is just a huge opportunity for, us to support all of the small businesses in both Canada and the US and the bigger businesses as well. So we'll just leave it open to all the possibilities that can be created and more to come in the future. And I wanted to just say thanks again for taking the time to meet with me and introduce this amazing program to our community.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And just a little bit of a clarification there. The Aquaflow is available around the world. So we can
Okay,
help businesses globally. When it comes to the smart energy optimizers, it's available in every country that operates on a 60 hertz electricity grid,
got it.
which is basically 40 countries right now.
Okay, that's great.
All the other ones operate on a 50 hertz system, and we'll have the 50 hertz technology rolled out at the end by the end of this year.
Perfect. I have a couple friends that have they have apartment buildings overseas. So that's now I'm gonna be making sure to get connected with them as well. But again, thank you again for your time. Again, this recording will also be available if you're watching this or catching the replay. If you have any business owners that you think we should connect with, please get a hold of me. I'll be happy to do an introduction and we'll help do what we can to save them on their energy and their water.
Well, and I guess the other thing that people need to know is that if they know any companies or if they want to get started involved with promoting this as well, we have ways that they can do so. There's a substantial revenue that can be made by helping other people
Right.
with these technologies. And we're always looking for great people who have an interest in helping others and helping people save on water and electricity, saving on heating and cooling costs, on and on and on. So there's an opportunity for that as well. So please reach out to
Absolutely.
Callie, and
We
we're
love
happy to.
affiliate programs.
Yeah,
So we do have a referral link as well. So we'll make sure to put that in the chat. And I will actually post the replay on our YouTube channel. And we will be actually sending this out to our email list as well. So thank
great.
you so much, Matthew. I really appreciate your time today. I look
You're very
forward to
welcome.
locking arms with you and supporting our community. And this is just the start of something really amazing. And I really, really look forward to what we're going to be creating for the future as well. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much too. Have an amazing day.
Awesome. Bye.